Hello and welcome to my playthrough of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. If I sound tired, it is because I am. Because I have made the decision to just actually do the DLC to the extent that I can at this point. Which meant building out Cabela, who seems to be a agility-based tank melee damage over time specialist who hurts herself to heal herself. So I wish I could rearrange these, but I can't. So, like, you know, that is a thing. I don't know exactly who or what to do about this, but I'm going to just give her some equipment, get rid of whatever is on her face, and see what can be done with this woman. And we're going to bring her through the DLC. So I'm just going to gear her up real quick. Weapons. Two-handed weapon, 14%. Yeah. Just gonna give her that. Gonna give her a Weber to trap people. That armor is worse than what she has. I actually want to give her a Medicae because she bases her health off of her Medicae for some reason. So you'll see that, like, she currently has 62. Now she has 66, which makes sense. Not exactly, not really, not at all, but so I'm going to swap this because what? Oh, right. Because she also bases her Medicae off of her weapon skill. So increasing her weapon skill by 10 will give her more health. Can you sense how confused I am feeling about this entire thing? Then what do you have? Plus 15 Medicae. So plus 15 Medicae. So now she got 77 health, 110 Medicae. Then she doesn't have a bolter. Give her this, because I'm clearly never using J. What about you? What are you? 10 or more stacks of okay. Are there any boots appropriate? That's actually appropriate. And any amulets? Plus 5 toughness if they're stupid. Which fits, I suppose. Her weapon skill is a round number. Okay. You know what? That's fine. Her demolition was... This is like a lot of the shenanigans. Her demolition's higher, so actually she just is more demolition. Okay. So we're just going to talk to her. Talk to Cabela.
Domin.
Going to go through the rest of this stuff real quick. I'm not going to voice act it, but she probably will. If she doesn't, I'll just leave it up for a few seconds so you can read it.
The Vizier taught us that there are many like us throughout the Imperium who spill blood in his name. Death cultists, as they call us. He said that no two death cults are the same, just as there are no two identical stars in the void. I will tell you about the blood-spun web, but I cannot speak on behalf of all death cults. The Undying One is death itself. We serve him, and thus we serve death. This is not a comparison, attribution, or preference. It is the truth, and nothing can change it.
What is the cult's purpose?
The blood-spun web holds the base of the flagship together with the threads of its faith. Such is our service to the Domini of the von Valancius line. The Undying One commanded the Domini to embark on a ship and sail the void's expanse. And thus, it became our duty to protect your dynasty and the Ark that became its home. This great relic of blood and adamantine. Some loathe and fear us. They call us murderers and reapers. Others call us dancers of death, who send the souls of the dead on their way. Both are right. Both are wrong. We are servants of the Undying Emperor. When he whispers that the time has come for a righteous martyr's soul to be laid in his blessed hands, we come to claim it. When he whispers that the wicked must know of his wrath, we come to reap. This is how we maintain order on the ship, unseen and guided by death's will.
Okay, you hear a whisper in your mind telling you to kill someone and you obey. Have you ever considered that these whispers could be the deception orchestrated by minions of the Arch Enemy?
Death's whisper is unmistakable. It is not like the murmur of stars or the hiss of corruption. It is truthful, pure, unyielding. Only the most eminent of us, the high spinners, can hear the whisper of the Undying One and give voice to his will. They must hone their senses and temper their body and soul for years before his call can reach them. If it puts you more at ease, you can think of these whispers as his providence.
Okay. How do you know you have never made a mistake? How can you be sure you have never wrongly robbed one of your victims of their life?
We are carried along by a current of blood in the great river of fate. Life is not given or taken away by chance. If I see an enemy of humanity, my blade will sever the thread of their existence. I will not wait for a sign of his divine bidding. I am his will, and I do what must be done.
Be that as it may, your thirst for blood is troubling.
There is no thirst, only duty. Killing brings us no pleasure. We are instruments of his will, And this is how we serve him.
Let us speak about something else. How long has the blood-spun web been in existence?
Spinners carved the chronicles of our history on the stones of our temple long ago. But fate and time have erased our past, just as an exploding star erases a part of the galaxy from existence.
Okay. What are the responsibilities of the Vizier?
It is the Vizier's duty to watch over the flock, to lead those who want to learn more of the Undying One, but are fearful of death, and guide those who seek answers in death, but do not know how to live. The Vizier protects all, those who do not know we exist, those who are grateful for our service, and even those who hate us. The Vizier sees what is to come, remembers the past, and accepts the present. They spin a web of faith and blood so strong that no enemy may sunder it. This is the Vizier's burden. This is the legacy of the matriarch spider.
Who was the matriarch spider?
It is said that she was one of many, born in the void, the Domin's subject. She honored death instead of life, and for this, she was persecuted. It is said that when the arch-enemy's forces invaded the flagship during a warp jump, she gathered the Undying One's servants around her and saved the ship from ruin. Together, they spun the first threads of the web to ensure that such devastation would never happen again. It is said that she was strong and indomitable, but as the years passed, her heart became as stone, and thus the Undying One whispered her name to the one who would become the first Vizier of the blood-spun web.
This seemed like an obvious question, but why do you call yourself spinners?
Through blood, sweat, tears, and the strength of their convictions, the servants of the Undying One spin the souls of your subjects into threads of balance. This is why we refer to ourselves as spinners. Those who are newly committed to the blood-spun web are called lesser spinners. If they are faithful in their service to him, they may eventually become spinners. The most devout of us all are known as the High Spinners, of whom there are 7, each bearing a unique title. The Vizier, the first spinner, leads the cult. I, Kibella, am the second spinner. The third spinner's name is Io, and there are 4 more.
Can you teach me to follow the tenets of the blood-spun web?
The tenets are knowledge, an art that is passed down from one generation of the blood-spun web to the next. Even so, there are spinners who will never fully comprehend this knowledge in the time allotted to them by the Undying One. The tenets dictate how one follows the thread of life, but they are also the thread itself, from first breath to last. The tenets cannot be taught, they must be lived. Only then will you understand.
Alright. You're satisfied with my curiosity for now. Tell me about yourself.
I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. A spear in the hand of the Undying Emperor. I am your shield and shadow. Your blade.
So how succinct? Do you dislike talking about yourself?
The tenets compel us to let our deeds speak on our behalf. There is no one in the cult who does not know me. So I have grown accustomed to taciturnity in matters regarding myself. Ask, and I will try to give you an answer that will satisfy your thirst for knowledge.
Your fighting style is unique. Do you think it is something that I can learn?
Your body will fail you, Domin. Your bones will break. Your tendons will snap. Your heart will stop. Our rituals of self-perfection are unending. They demand absolute dedication and decades of special training. However, if you devote the next 30 years of your life to its study, you might be able to learn the basics.
Okay. Tell me about your past.
I remember nothing of my childhood. The Vizier says this is because of my training and the injuries I received in battle. He told me it is the fate of all high spinners. The only memories I have are of the blood-spun web and the brothers and sisters who serve the cult alongside me.
What was it like growing up in a cult? What do you remember?
When we were young, we would sew our eyes shut and wander through the bays for months at a time. Starving, surviving, dying. This trial of darkness honed the senses of those who passed it. We were elated, for we knew we were blessed by him. When we grew older, we learned to wield our weapons, and our mentors tested us with pain, poison, and the weight of deceitful words. In time, our bodies no longer felt pain. Our blood became resistant to toxins, and our focus could not be shaken. We were at peace, for we had shed everything that could encumber our faithful service to him. When we came of age, we faced a great trial. A year-long vigil spent in unceasing prayer to the Undying One. When hunger and other base sensations faded away, we attained true comprehension of ourselves and our place in the world. Our place between life and death. We were proud, for on that day, he truly accepted us, and we accepted him.
I can see now why you're the best assassin in a cult. The cost is worth it.
Those who devote themselves to the service of the Undying One must be prepared to pay any price. Emotions, blood, life, death, memory. We all must lose what we hold most dear to become a spear in his hand. Some may lose everything, but they will also gain everything.
Your parents, your family, you never mentioned them.
When we join the cult, we relinquish our past. The blood-spun web becomes our new family. I have seen the pain, terror, and doubt in the eyes of those who hear the Undying One whisper the names of their kin. For some, the blessing of oblivion is a gift not unlike death.
You may not remember your real family, but are you truly so unconcerned by the deaths of your fellow cultists?
It brings me comfort when my brothers and sisters cross to the other side. The Undying One has called them to his side, so they can serve him in ways we cannot.
Do you not wish to know what became of your family?
No.
I presume you have no friends either?
Attachment makes us weak. The weak meet their demise prematurely. But such death does not please the Undying One. For a soul must not be claimed before their time has come. It is true that spinners occasionally cross paths with those outside the cult. But such paths always diverge in the end. We may walk the same road together, but we are nothing more than temporary traveling companions. It is similar for those of your retinue. Our threads may intertwine for a time, but all will go their separate ways, as is inevitable. But not you and I, Domin. Our threads cannot be unwoven, and only the Undying One will end my service to you.
Okay. I understand you better now.
Know your enemy and prevail in battle. Know your ally and prevail in war.
It's actually a really good line. I appreciate that line. It'd be nice if it didn't take us 20 minutes to get here, but...
You can see for yourself.
What are those?
Tools for tempering the flesh. If a spinner neglects this practice for too long, their body will weaken, and their sensitivity to pain might return. If it does, they will feel the overwhelming agony of every wound they have ever endured, and go mad with torment before the Undying Emperor whispers their name.
Tormenting yourself almost seems to give you pleasure.
Is it possible to experience pleasure if one feels nothing?
Very well. Notice you just how impervious to pain you really are. Let's just stab her with a steel fork beneath the clavicle.
You have found an interesting use for this tool, yet it still serves its purpose.
Pierce her skin with several chain hooks.
The flesh remains untorn.
Ha!
Good.
Drive a long needle into her eye socket.
The purpose of this practice is to fortify the flesh, not to mutilate it.
Fair enough.
That is enough. My body may not feel pain, but it still requires rest. Thank you for helping me in my practice, Domin. You have gained a deeper understanding of the tenets today. Do you have other questions?
Thank you for sharing with me.
It is not difficult to speak the truth.
There we go. I am ready for the binding ritual.
Then follow me, Domin.
Okay, here we go.
Are you ready to step into the labyrinth, Domin?
What exactly are we going to do?
This is the ritual of binding. By the Undying One's will, our fates and ours one. But I must still guide you into the maze of my mind. Although it is my predestination alone to walk its corridors in search of answers, your image must become part of the tangle. For I am your shadow, Domin, and your presence will aid me in sensing whatever threats may be looming over you.
I'm ready. Let us begin.
Your weapon for the ritual. Watch the lines on the floor. You can only pass through the gaps. The rest, you need not know. Enter the labyrinth, Domin.
Okay. Like, she really should be kicking my ass this entire time, frankly.
You are now upon the path. Your shadow now walks the labyrinth, and my gaze can now see when danger draws near you.
What a captivating expression of your culture.
We are not doing this for your amusement, Domin, nor is it an expression. That which you do not comprehend still has meaning.
I only seek to understand what this matters to you, to understand you.
Understand me? Why, Domin? My fate is preordained, and our places assigned. We both must serve the Undying One, as his design foretells. But if such is indeed your wish, my path of service to the Undying Emperor is one of many twists and pitfalls. Every mind is fraught with weakness, and only by honing it tirelessly can one achieve focus and prime one's perception. I envision the tenets of the web as a maze of tangles and dead ends. Each time I go into a trance, be it one of the soul or of battle, I walk this path from beginning to end. And now that you're a part of it, you will be there with me when next I enter the labyrinth. You may deem it strange. You live in a world so far removed from my own that such rituals must seem absurd to you. I am sure I would find your rituals equally mystifying.
My rituals? What do you mean?
You are empowered by the will of the Undying One himself. And yet, when I look at your life, I am surprised. You follow a different thread. One that does not seem as strict to your thoughts and deeds. There is so much luster.
Would you like to see my world, Cabela? You have allowed me to witness your ritual, and it is only fair that I show you one of mine.
To partake in one of your ceremonies? Returning the courtesy. That is how you say it up here, isn't it? I will await your invitation. The labyrinth has accepted you. We have danced amid the crossing lines and minds, and by the dance, we are now bound.
Wait, it was literally just like a cutscene thing. Okay, I thought we were gonna go explore like the path to the temple thing. And we could do that anyway, I suppose. Not to the captain's quarters, to some other place. The freight line. Let's get rid of Iliet and pick up Cabela. I mean, I like Iliet, but she's another sniper. And Cabela's another Abelard. I can't get rid of Abelard. Abelard's too freaking awesome. And depending on how this one goes and how dangerous this DLC seems to be, I might just up the difficulty a little bit using the settings because, you know, maybe Abelard shouldn't be slaughtering everyone entirely all the time.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
How the files this work cycle. Do you have any idea how much it costs? There, 57 ration cards. That's all I've got, I swear. Spent the rest on rock gathering, I'm guessing. Give up the drink, get used to life, and pass down the spit. Okay. Bogador Legion Force of Living Quarters and the Hub Provision Depots. Med kits. Med kits would be useful, frankly. The riding gets of someone unfortunate enough to be flattened by a train lying on the track.
I always have a backup plan.
The longer you stare at the mark, the quieter the sound decision become. The shadows grow longer and seem to stretch in the direction of the adjacent section. Bertman. Mercy, please save me. I mean, yeah, of course I'm gonna get him some help. Do you know anything about the mark next to you? To suit smirched soul, her mercy she did grant. Last breath expressed, knife met heart. Removed from chest, passed on to death. Her duty blessed, a balm for those who suffer. Anguish and distress, a longing brought to rest, of mortal bonds the soul divest. Crux of the chest is clear. In order to follow in the saint's footsteps, you are supposed to kill the young man and thus release him from suffering. The cultists want to see if you understand the philosophy of those who seek. Oh, well, a bit late. Who are you and what happened to you? Come on.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
We've got 15 stack of ration cards and scrap of charged parchment. Pass the marketplace. Make sure the enforcers don't get you or you'll ruin the entire operation. On the tracks behind, you'll find a little gift for give it to him and you'll see for yourself.
Is there money to be made?
Goods. Dead man? I don't think he's dead. What do you think you're doing? Look at the man's scars. You notice a pattern in the way the scars are lined with severely faded symbol of their skin. Death cultists bear similar marks on their bodies. Your eyes turn to the blood symbol. What do you know about it? You know the symbol of the blood-spun web. You bear similar scars. Are you a spinner? The vizier told me to kill the one who would be at a certain junction of utility tunnels at a certain hour. I went to the appointed spot, then I waited an hour, 2 or 5. The junction was still empty. Nobody came. After hours of waiting, I finally realized the person at the junction had been me the whole time. It was my turn to go to the Undying One, but I was afraid. I couldn't do my duty. I ran. Spinners simply let you go. They made no attempts to find you or kill you. You were ordered to die. For what reason? But some would choose to leave the righteous path. These earned penance in due times. Her whip sings vengeance on renegade menace. Her blades pass sentence. For cowards seek to hide their hearts, but death makes no pretendance. It takes what it is due in essence. The third verse is a song of trailing blood. The vizier recited it to me before setting me on my final assignment. I didn't realize at the time that it was my judgment. Another verse, another step along the trail of blood. The riddle is trivial. It is time for death to take what is due, and the vizier is waiting expectantly for to carry out the sentence he passed years ago. There are plenty of reasons I sought death. I offered him the souls of the most pleasing men and women I could find because it kindled my passions. I killed well-off crewmen who didn't deserve their wealth, and I took their thrones. I killed enforcers who looked into my eyes without fear, because I wanted to be feared. I reveled in the bloodshed. I betrayed the tenants. I realized it, but I couldn't help it, because I enjoyed it. Yeah, fair. Yeah, get rid of him. Just yeet. This is Sparta! Right, that was so obvious going to be a Sparta thing. What awareness tests?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Oh, there. Well, she passed the awareness test, but I don't think I did. Who's 12? I'll hear the man out. 15 miles to feed back home. Should be on every shift, just like they do every other offshore recruit. Pal lifted a box of Nutri-Bars a few watches ago and 2 cans of water before that. You quarantined the hub for 20 watches and refused to give out rations if you didn't have cards. Card rates no way to earn. And today you earn 15 cards in a single shift because you do the work of 3 people, right? Or do you take your pals to a dark corner somewhere, do them in and take their share? I didn't turn them in, it was an act. They got their heads bashed in by crates. Dead don't need rations. What? Am I trying to understand that enforcers are appropriating earnings from work that's their shifts? I mean, they both sound like they kind of suck, though. I guess looting the dead isn't such a big deal. But then again, they also are apparently just preventing famine and theft, which is not too uncommon. Yeah, why not? Okay. Continue to just wander, I suppose.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
More ration cards. Some goods. I have followers. Beggars, to be sure, but still followers. It's funny.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Thief Gunner, Thief Leader, Thief... Okay. Accidentally stumbled upon... Makeshift armor peeks out from beneath their eye clothes. They batter weapons display a patchwork of crude pairs. The group stares longingly at the rack where the good plasteel gleams. Abelard, help me direct to realize the full extent of the unenviable position. The blockhead, I'll take it back myself, not even to the retreat in the flesh. And as for this, I'll by tonight, you caught us red-handed. Tell me why I shouldn't execute you on the spot. Who are you? The Hard Nine, the Gang, Brotherhood, Thunder Parasite, you obey for the prosperity of the ship. We're sort of our assistants in the Enforced, self-appointed, or to maintain a compartment to the Enforced, too lazy to agree for bribes. We put us at the top to robbery and free thinking, you know, all the good things. Show that order to maintaining compartments. You'll have your little fingers cut off. What does that mean? Yeah, no, like, oh, yeah, fuck you guys. Screw you guys.
Challenges make the spoils that much sweeter.
Background is Death Cult Assassin. She can use a special ability called Raining Blood. When used, it causes the target of Gabella's next melee attack to explode and burst of blood, covering the floor and enemies. The blade tends to swiftly perform used multiple times per turn, but each requires charging to spend. Blade dance against charges by killing their enemies. Weapon skill, agility, and strength. Enhance their melee attacks and defensive close combat. Agility increases the dodge. Breathing and efficient. Yeah, fair enough. Start the battle. You're in cover. You're fine. They have 36? Oh god, I am way too high level for them, I suppose. Or they're just trying to make a thing. 0. Huh. That's interesting.
Show me what you...
Hold on.
One. Two.
Was that you? Or...
What? What is... Why? Hang on. Okay.
Emperor, give me strength.
Don't worry, that is very much the plan.
If I may, try to die with grace at least.
There we go. Can you shoot him, or him? No. Can you give her
I'll see to
a
it
turret?
personally.
Not blade dance, but death from above.
As honor ordains.
Let's do... Let's just stab. Actually, hang on. For her, to the execution next to you. He will be. And pain resonance. No.
Let your soul be purged.
Nope. Wrong button.
I've suffered worse.
Fine. Cassia, why not? You're closer, or close enough. Another Cassia.
shadows will caught by the web.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's make it
All the dodging.
Anything else?
And bye-bye. Oh, right. He's damaged things.
How dare you! Help me, Lord Captain!
Follow my lead.
Very cute. Also, Chief Gunner can die now. Thank you very much.
Can do this. It will be done. No matter the cost. I'm not interested.
That's just annoying.
Indeed.
Bunch of gear of questionable quality. Gear of
Keep your
questionable
wits
quality.
about you.
Pascal, open this up. Okay. Can we come here? Huh, I just didn't get that. Okay. You need to work out more. Is there anything in there? No,
Let us
nothing that
not
I've...
dawdle.
Probably an awareness test that I failed? I am not used to failing this many checks. But it is what it is. Time Worn loader is barely fit for purpose at this point, but the force associated with complex maintenance is lesser evil compared to hiring ignorant clumsy scoundrels to do the job. Heinrich Montag. I seek the Bloodspun Web's temple. Do you know where they're hiding? What are you doing here? Can't turn down an offer like that to meet a train. Black-hearted fiend is angry and refuses to obey. Right now, Savage is powered only by the auxiliary maneuvering engine. Shut the main road if you want to take a trip down. Listen to the rumbling noise. Resolutely grab the biggest lever. Gently pull it toward me. Do you feel it? There's so much energy and defiance in him. This is the rocket, not the locomotive. Unruly and enamored with speed, but quite willing to submit to a strong hand. Pull the lever towards you, smoothly but firmly, then pump the fuel a second with this command rune. Much like yourself. Pull the lever and pump the fuel. And filling with fuel power, you can run an entire freight line in a minute. You have subdued a mighty beast today. Now, I'm sure you have urgent business to attend to, and it's time for me to drive Savage down the line and see if he's feeling cranky. I'm pleased. Have a good trip. Interesting.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Operation successful.
Oh, it's another aspect of like the whole like, hey, no, we're hiding things from you again. Bring this here. There. Oh, that's the dead guy. Gotta make way over there. First time I've seen a rogue trader up close. What's going on here? They're hugging? Pit fights?
The shadows reveal their secrets.
Let's jump across, shall we? That works. Which deals 10 plus 10% more damage to Xenos and demons. If they have a dogmatic conviction, then it's double. Not bad. Even in places when first you have managed to set up a small altar at which to pray. It is relatively clean and well maintained.
I always keep my options open.
Alright, so you don't actually miss anything.
I always have a backup plan.
Let's go in here. Saving. Food values protect from vicious hungry crowd by equally vicious sug through makeshift clubs. Okay. Is that everything over here? Would you kindly get some things out of the way of the camera, please and thank you? I see it's a Bloodspun Web's temple. Do you know where it is? What are you cooking in the vat? Tell me what life is like for work with on lower decks. Quite a long day, kind of miserable, fair enough, always hungry, diseases. Total day in and out. They get hunger, deranged enforcers, void leprosy, fires, floods, noxious fume, then it's pretty decent. I saw you near the marketplace. What are you doing there? No, I don't want the soup. Word did not move during the return and became immobilized, slowed, stunned, knocked prone. Gained 6 temporary wounds. If they're iconoclast conviction, all their allies immediately gain the same number of temporary wounds. Oh. That's...
Is there money to be made?
Not bad. Certainly could be a lot worse than just free hit points for literally everybody on the team. He step. He sees nothing but hears everything. And the truth will be revealed to you. I don't even know what that's supposed to pretend to mean. A blind guy who paid attention to things, I guess. Stopping's way different. What's that thing that I coach to say? Your time has come, or what have you? People love that kick. First things first. Goods. And Medicaid. Tormented by some malady. You cannot identify. I passed and I can't identify it. Interesting. Cassia, pick that up. Thank you, Cassia. Repair the control panel. Use it to go up.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I'm amazed there's so much.
I see what others do not. I do what I must.
So apparently I have a disease now. Which is not great.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Formed by a death cult assassin whenever they killed an enemy, that enemy exploded fountain of blood. The cells nearby are covered in blood and they're affected by a blood file. Warned by a death blow when you were affected by a blood file, they gain plus 10 toughness for 2 rounds. Does not stack. And Crimson Doctrines. Either lose all the temporary hit wounds and increase the melee damage by the same amount for 1 round. Jesus!
Let us see what I found.
The Vicia.
I always
Would he
keep
be
my
proud?
options open.
Am I?
I don't need to do Denna. Oh, let's talk to the outcast, so. Leper died. For what crime did you kill this man? What are you, mutants? Invalids? The only such man were deviations with the human form you attacked. I mean, yeah, don't go on killing people.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Your Emperor won't save you!
That's fun. He doesn't usually get to smash things, but he can this time.
Out of my way! Death to the weak cannot guide me!
I bring ruin. I bring mercy and retribution.
And let's do blade dance.
Come, the other side awaits.
And sweet.
Death comes in silence.
Can you make it over here? Yes, you can. That works. That's fine. Plus 50.
Reading damage to bulk.
I'm ready for whatever comes. It's as good as
Pascal,
done.
he hurt you. Return the favor.
I'll make it happen. Another enemy down.
Let's see what she can do.
A dance of blades and shadows. Killing brings me no pleasure. I am your blade and shield.
That's 3 down. That's fine by me. We're down to 3 more, which are just these 3. That's fine. Avalon, you run real quick, then you can charge real quick.
At your beck and call.
High momentum. Activate calculated fury algorithm.
Calculated fury algorithm, of course.
But of course.
At the end of a war's turn, they gain temporary wind equal to the amount of collision damage inflicted by the wearer this turn. What the heck is collision damage? Also, I'm very much not trying to kill everyone here, but honestly. This place is getting to me because I cannot bring myself to care enough. She's wandering around in the dark looking for the light, but it's nowhere to be found. Do you really not see it? There is a blood symbol next to you. I have seen such marks before. This is another part of the song with shrouding blood. She wandered in a turning dark, yet with console, we were told. And dying one's blood secrets glowed, a light to guide her faithful fold. But threads must end, and so the spider did that which was owed, her life and death to shit bestowed. Final test. This time they want you to make a sacrifice. If one were to interpret his entire mythical search of the repetition of the saint's journey, the logical conclusion is that you are supposed to sacrifice yourself to merge with the blood that has drenched your flagship from bow to stern. And you'll see if you learn to see. Look into the darkness and look. Who are you? The chained Clinton announced the den of approach for others to hear. They hide, fearful of becoming like the den, afraid of your face. Haha. What is this repulsive place? Do you live here? You talk to ghosts? Her colorful are all mixed and smudged poisons for pure shade of medicine, yet scarlet threads separate these trembling patches, preventing her from losing herself. Cannot fathom what I'm meant to see here. You peer into the darkness and are gradually able to make out the outlines of objects hidden in shadows, rotting corpses, rough walls, the twitching death throes of infected people left here to die. You see no light in this place, only more darkness and despair. How do I become the flagship's blood? Is she gonna jump in?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
This is not... You know, why not? I put my life in thy hands, for I believe truly thou wilt protect me. Yeet! I'm the only person here. This is lovely.
Keep your wits about
I love
you.
being the only person here when there are athletics checks to make. I will abuse the system to make all of the athletics checks. I didn't even need to abuse the system to make the athletics check. The large hole in apartment ceiling. Okay, to expand the temple even higher. Okay. Yeet myself back over. The undying emperor holds out his hands with children, offering them the highest reward, a worthy death. How do they have this giant ass statue in secret? Like, how do you move that in secret?
I always have a backup plan.
And apparently endless blood supply in secret. No. Go down.
Let us not dawdle.
Goods here. And go down from here.
What a peculiar thing.
Hey, I passed the awareness check this time. Cold stone sarcophagus serves as death coach's beds. The bones of their deceased comrades are their bedding. That's needless, frankly. That is the way of the world, certainly, but that's still needless. Athletics to move these.
I always get the job done.
Oh, I did both of them. Crimson Intoxicants. Spinner's Blade. Bloody Pact. What is Crimson Rage? Wielder can suffer damage equal to 25% of the maximum wounds to regain plus 1 AP. But used multiple times per turn as long as the wielder has at least 50% hit points. Death Cultist, Death Cultist, Death
Rise to the
Cultist,
top
Abelard,
or get left in
Indira,
the dust.
Brazier, 4th spinner, 3rd spinner, 5th spinner, Medicaid.
That's how it's done.
Such substances are known to induce aversion to hallucinations. Ancient relic is stone plaque with inscription carved in elegant cursive. If you value life above duty, you are not worthy of the life of life. Vizier Joe Frenis. Crimson joint flows from the statue. Yep. The symbol of the countless deaths offered up in his name. Yeah, I'll get to you guys. Brazier of the blood-spun web, vampire-looking son of a gun. The Lord of the Ark walked the path of unlife in the footsteps of the web's very first spinner, and the servants of death bowed before him, for the Doman is the giver of life. Yes, yes, truth like a stream pours from your lips. We welcome him at the 10th demand. Let's run welcome this new lord. I am the Vizier. For many years we have waited, and now you are here. Jesus, there's a lot to go through. Why is it you invited me here? What do you mean you have waited many years? It was not long ago that I made my acquaintance with the cult. Vizier, that's some sort of title. So, you just walked my companion in here the normal way while I was forced to take that jump? How do you manage to erect an entire... Good question, Ignatius. How do you manage to erect an entire temple in the middle of a ship without anyone noticing? I expected greater respect from one who so eagerly anticipated meeting with Rogue Trader. Wait, whoops. I have walked the path of the matriarch spider. What now? Trial of justice, and assume the role of judge passing of your faith, clear your right to influence the balance of life and death, and that iron soul of upset. In the fourth trial of duty, for duty always leads to death, we are prepared to render our duty to the undying one, fearless and accepting our purpose, which is to serve him. You too have proven yourself prepared for what trial about here. Have you been watching me? If the trial is truly necessary, would not a conversation have sufficed? Peace, my brother. The time hath almost come. Who is it you were talking to all the time? I see your eyes are showing shut. Are you blind, or is that another of the cult rituals? Who are you talking to all the time? So this entire conversation is another test, I imagine? One moment the wall of Death Sanctum grow infinitely wide, the next they are so narrow as to make it hard to breathe. The floor dances under your feet, and the undying Emperor's statue seems to shake its head threateningly as it looks down upon you. You poisoned me somehow, did you not? My blood is infused with concoction taken by those who follow the thread. It is sacred and harmless to us, but you it befogs and afflicts, and yet, Domin Ignatius, you have grasped the mind may fail the body and the senses. This was the trial of spiritual acumen. You have passed it. And what happens now? That is for you to tell me. Now you're going to initiate... Do I want to be a servant of death? No way, right? What does that do? I mean, I'm not going to change the entire thing. Maybe it's part of like the connection with her. Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm thinking. One second. I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out what this means. You know what? Why not? I checked. It's not gonna like change my class or anything. It's just like something. Servant of Death. You become blood of flagship. Now you become one of his faithful servants. We may not name you a spinner, for a spinner's thread demands the forsaking one's previous life. But the blood-spun web will still accept you. The Tenth allow it, but only for the dolman who has followed the trailing of blood until the end. Is that? No, that's not me. Upon the ritual platform, at the Undying Emperor's feet, under the keen gaze of his dark, empty eye sockets, you feel completely insignificant. Surprisingly, the thick blood pouring from his hand onto your brow, chest, and shoulders is still warm. Bowed before his image, the Vizier assumed a ceremonial posture with incredible ease, his withered body moving swiftly and soundlessly. You are slowly plunged into darkness, to the sound of ritual chant and swooshing blades. Amid the noise of splashing blood and cultist whispers, you hear the words, "Death has spoken your name, Dominic Ignatius. Death accepts you." A familiar whisper is scratching the periphery of your consciousness, or that an inner voice. Even if he hears you, what does he care? He did not live through Torah. He will not save you either. You are not his chosen one. But what if you offer a prayer to the gods that are truly immortal, the ones who do not hold back with their gifts, the ones who are always willing to accept you? Taste the blood. Look up at the face. Blood Warden of the Undying One's most venerable servant. Felt as if he was watching me. Blood Warden. Very flattering. I'll add it to my other titles. So the ritual is complete? The ritual is complete, but you are not. For years we maintained fealty to the Domini. We have collected the sacred symbols and relics. You are the first in 3 generations of the Lord and Ladies who graced this sanctum, and the first of them all to be initiated so. We are grateful. We are uplifted in spirit. Hear our exhortation and accept this gift of vestment sewn from the bones of his faithful with the threads of death. Okay. Alright. Is that it? Are we done now? Key Speller, Cabela. You are the shield, you are the shadow, you are the blade, so be them. What is your supreme commandment? What do your tenets say about human weaknesses? To follow the sacred web of skillful fighters. What is your secret? I see. Your traditions and rituals are rooted in blood and death. Many are frightened by that. I will take my leave now. Okay, does that mean I can go back? Be done now? Ah, that was a lot. Let me show you the way, Doman. Take me to the enforcer in charge of the freight line hub. I have business with him. Going quite long, actually, but it should be fine. Just sort of wrap all of these internal decoration, internal machinations. I'll think of a phrase later. See if we can wrap all these up in one episode. Erak Frenso. Future observational captain, this way towards making sure that no surf is more card than it's supposed to. Shown by reduce the punishment simply being the thief and confiscating all the cards. I was attacked. They seem to be under the influence of unholy powers. You went into the pestilence pit. You into the pestilence pit. Were you in a shootout? I have finished inspecting this bay. The workers are to be provided with everything they need to service the freight line properly. Food and medicine will be delivered to the bay, and you are to demote any enforcers found to be abusing their authority to status of workers. Only harsh measures will bring order to the bay. Establish an execution quota, strip all corrupt officers of their rank, and burn away all crime. What? Patient forging educated labor. The flagship's hull integrity increased by 10. The plating of all sectors of the flagship decreased by 1. The freight line workers are studied the best ability, applying newly attained knowledge to better ship. Thanks to their efforts, logistical operations and engineering bays have become more efficient, which has opened up new opportunities for fortifying the ship's hull. Be steadfast in your duty. Yeah, I am happy I came to talk to him. Turns out that educating people who are doing highly demanding technical and engineering jobs is kind of important. Now, I did seemingly find something around this line that is supposed to be... that I supposedly missed. Firstly, let's see if leaving and coming back will let me do this again. I hope so. It does not. Maybe if I level. Oh, what is this? Hang on, before I start fiddling with switches. He said maybe use the thing. Wait, hang on. Okay, so it is secure.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Hang on. Gonna save, because apparently you can just do this. Bop! Yeah, achievement's fun, but like, nah. Not actually aiming to just kill some people just because.
always have a backup plan.
Power Pick. Tech action which increases the armor penetration of all subsequent attacks made against the same target by plus 10 for 1 round. Stacks. So I was told that you can basically deal with this slop going on. Just talk to the foreman. What are you cooking with that? Okay, maybe I messed it up already. That guard, that guard, that guard, that guard. Alright, whatever. Blindfolded old man.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
What happened to your eyes? How did the blind old man manage to survive in a place like this? There, next to you. Weapon to use transport into the crates. I'd like to see inside. Perhaps a gift will convince you to show me. Weapons grade plasteel. What? What? What?
You will beg for mercy.
What?
But I will grant none.
What?
Show them no mercy.
Why? What is even the concept of what's going on here?
Explorators know one route. Forward. Not a battle, but an execution.
I mean, that worked. But, like, also, what? I remain in the context of why?
Running by Eric Overflow.
Emperor, protect me.
Let's get to it.
Panic is inevitable.
Why are there 15 people here trying to kill me? What is going on? I genuinely have zero concept of what the heck is happening.
One foe or 100.
Oh, that
I
works.
will kill them all. I cannot serve you in this way.
Come, the other side.
She is
waits.
killing a lot of people, which is nice. Here.
Killing brings me no pleasure. I will leave footprints of scarlet.
Okay,
as
this
the
is a lot of
tenants
dead
demand.
things. I am A-okay with all of the dead things. Pascal, would you kindly? Okay. Pascal with that axes. Like, I knew he had a build that was good, but, like, Jesus Christ on a stick.
On it.
Yeah, they're not going next. I do not care. Abelard, would you kindly?
One fewer tongue. victory is imminent.
Jeez, yeah, I might need to up the difficulty a little bit. Who's left? Oh, one Vat Guard. Okay.
High momentum.
That was dumb. I loved it. What in the throne's name was that? Tell the Nemesis that happened. I've complained to that best to Captain Frenzo about some idiots who've been painting pictures on the walls, inciting people. What did he say? Right, you want to control? Oh, yeah. Well, who is this Nemesis? Okay, so goods. Any good weapons? A stolen autocannon. An autocannon. Okay. They got a whole dang autocannon. Okay.
Keep your wits about you.
Came across the drawing of a working red mask. What does it mean? I want to go to ask once. How did wretches from lower decks get their hands on creative autoguns? I mean, yeah, that's a bit much, frankly.
Is there money?
He's the
to be
traitor,
made?
isn't he? Probably. Like, come on, that's so much. But that said, Officer's Deck did that entire thing in, only 2 hours. Fine. Plus the time it took me to, figure out how to make her. She's very promising. Not entirely sure if I want to keep her, but she is very promising. What? What? Where am I? Did I press the wrong button? I pressed the wrong button, didn't I? Crowd uprising, mutant abomination colonies. Captain Ginevri, young, but she authority preempted several mutinies and malicious rabble. Massey, Captain Hrotko, with interrogation skills over credit, and he knows how to instill fear and respect for every month of the riffraff. What are you finding thus far? Okay. By Dex, they've all been checked for genetic aberration, but mutations identified all within the normal of the masses. They're being rounded up for interrogation this week. Even taking into account the neighboring Dex only, that constitutes 100 people. How do you plan to question them all? Interrogation techniques are broad and varied, however, nothing loosens the tongue like corporal punishment, beating, mutilations, torture, public executions. When combined with psychological pressure, such methods work wonders. Sure. Do you have any working theories? Now we're planning a revolt, so they're trying to terrorize us. Soon he will drown his blood. Insurgents pride themselves on such metaphors. We know Captain Hook was convinced that it was the work of Voitvier's surviving cultists. However, I believe this to be a warning rather than a threat. What we need to establish is who is trying to warn us and of what. What do you propose we investigate first? Okay. Then let us begin. Port back, please enjoy the refreshments that have been prepared for you, Lord Captain. I thought I was going back to... Explain yourselves. He doesn't look to me like someone who knows only law and terror, but I'm sure more than a few anti-threats and best enforcer noses will have him quivering on his knees. Did any of them confess to anything useful? I am interested in any and all statements, even the most outlandish ones. Ferdinand was found to be missing his pass to the room housing Orklog Cogitator. Losing such a pass was a serious offense, but the scoundrel claimed that the enforcer took it from him. Did not specify the name and rank of the enforcer, but he did give a description of it. Man, tall, blonde hair, obviously flying. He had the loss or sword from the bottle of vodka. Who do I sign with? Hang on 1 second, guys. Someone is at my door. Oh, I'm back. Have patience, Heinrich. So be it. In other words, we have nothing. Klein, this isn't a report. This declaration of competence for the Genevieve looked at Klein with sympathy. She clearly cared about him, but does not wish to trample on the comrades honor with her word's comfort. Hiroko regards Klein's contemptuous smirk, while Klein scowls back at him. No external signs of mutation, you say. What are internal signs? You've seen that look before in either of the veterans. It's the expression of someone reliving painful memories that have left behind deep scars. They cannot hope to overcome such trauma on their own. They would need help, a partner, or perhaps some strong emotional stimulus. I want to end this conversation so I can stop. I mean, no, he has PTSD. I'm not going to crap on a guy with PTSD. Ginevra would be an excellent choice. Right? Hang on, let me... Kuroko hates him and has contempt for him. Ginevra. Yeah. To examine the filth inside out, synonyms are a genetic nightmare, the bag of corruption wrapped in human skin, extra organs, scales, atrophied ingrown limbs. Jesus. Ingrown limbs. Okay. Victim with a pipe warden. Bloodstained raven feather. A certain legend springs to your mind, one involving Saint Quirine, who was granted a portent of enemies hiding among the faithful. When Quirine prayed to the Emperor for a sign that might reveal the traitors, a raven's feather burst out of her mouth to inscribe the names of the conspirators. Only someone versed in the symbology of the Imperium could have left such a message. Remember Saint Quirine. Could this be a sign? What's a pipe warden have to do with anything? SP-24601, Senior Pipe Warden. You need some Amasec. It is imperative we find whoever mutilated the body. No. No. All of these options are bad. Why do they have all and only bad options? So the first one is just completely off. Yeah. What are the next step? Machine Spirit favor this will be narrowed down suspects. Oh my god, it's going to keep going. It's just going to keep going. I should have just done it myself. So I can at least pause. What are the problem with Machine Spirit? The aromatic onions and hookah to fumigate my cigar too. Then again, why wait? What exactly does this data recuperative dogma prescribe? Pascal, how profane would you say your hands are? I do love the I have a tech priest. It's fine. Registering a category 3 act of sacrilege resulting in a category epsilon quadro transgressive scenario. Requesting the inclusion of the offender in the registry of wanted entities for the purpose of expiative disposal. Deliberate against machine spirit in order to bury the work logs. Yes, Pascal is very good. 27B, which supplies awards to the rogue trader's bath chamber. You have that a partner who has yet to appear for duty since the incident occurred. We have a suspect. Who is the partner? Senior Pipe Warden Gwedin, number SP26855. An 8th generation Pipe Warden, no registered infractions, excellent discipline, perfect work record, and exemplary servant to the Imperium. Did the murder get to the cogitator too? Master at Arms, how do you propose we find a new suspect? Yeah, that works. Okay. Cool. He is apparently very good at this, so let him do his thing, I suppose. I killed my partner in a wicked ritual, rubbed elbows with them demons, consorted with them, all to carry out a dark plot and doom the Lord Captain for the glory of the Almighty Master. Rocco looks proud and self-important. Whenever he's biting her nail, as if Heather didn't say anything. Sal back with observing the worker in silence, apparently sunk deep in thought. Meanwhile, Klein merely stands still with a stressful grimace on his face. Other than Rocco, no one here seems to believe that you were looking at the real culprit. Does the Master at Arms not find it strange that the suspect is so eager to paint himself as a heretic in such preposterous fashion, no less? Your enforcers have a knack for persuasion, Mr. Sauerback, but this is ridiculous. What enforcer? Name! Give me your name! Hold on, he just lied to us at least once. Liar, no, I'll coach him with that. He will never confess anything. What do you suggest we do? No! Yeah, identification numbers which we want to claim. No, we claim they're from. We'll keep pushing the riffraff until either couple confesses or someone turns the band out and handle this. Please enjoy your meal. Lord Captain, the real Pipe Warden Quentin, and found is being escorted here as we speak. Are there any remaining questions you wish to address? You can start by reporting on the results of additional investigative efforts. We found a bloody synth coat in one of the vents, a standard issue included for the ship. We found witnesses to the battery of our false conspirator. According to them, the enforcer in a helmet came to the detained yard, spoke to him, and gave him a beating so thorough that a ring came off the finger, unless said ring could not be uncovered. Several attempts to complete the investigation cannot just go without consequence. The body of the deceased was mutilated after death. It is likely the nature of the injuries proven very useful investigation, and the perpetrator concealed them for that very reason. Someone sabotaged the work log cogitator, so it would be hard for us to find the victim's partner, who might have information valuable to the investigation. Instead of the murdered man's partner, we were given a fool, one who thoroughly incriminated himself first, before admitting that Captain never put himself up to that. Who had access to the work log cogitator? Tech Priest did not aim with the cogitator. We tried to prevent the enforced interrogation. Never. Were you there the entire time? Yes, ma'am. Missing sentry, adjacent against regulations. Who is guarding the body? A bloody synth coat was discovered not far from the corpse. I would ask the enforcer in his room to present their coats. One of the Inferno complained that enforcer had taken away his passive with the magic object and with man. What do you have to say for yourself? Better remember the face. Interrogate him beforehand with someone else equivalent to this. Wearing a ring. Let me see your hands. Are you no longer wearing a family ring, Krotko? Krotko, this is all you're doing, is it not? Like, okay, let's be real. Point to her, sure, but missing family ring that he clearly wears, missing coat, man. Like, Krotko, right? We know it's Krotko. Like, those are the only two options. Krotko. Simply listen to yourself and you'll understand why they made me Master at Arms. Triumph of Justice. Flagship shield and strength and evasion are increased by 5%. Sorry. Diligence, both enforced and those who have been trusted to supervise. The crew's engines shield modules network. I mean, this one gives me a better ship. I mean, better ship is better ship is better ship. I kind of wish I had done the investigation, but like... Kroko tries to speak, but his words are cut off by a devastating blow to the jaw. He collapses to the ground, but Sarabek raises them all again and delivers another blow, this time straight to his ribs. She stretches out the pleasure, slowly crushing his bones and savoring every scream. When she is done, she finally allows the bloody mess that was once Kroko to die where it lies. That takes care of the traitor. Now, let us proceed with interrogating the pipeline. Senior Pepperwood Gwyn, honored to serve, Lord Captain. I'm ready to confess everything. You are the real one, right? Why'd you fill my bath with blood? Blood spinner, of course. Because blood, all of this is blood, just the blood people. The bloody blood. Did you kill your mutant partner? I wish to hear the explanation. Oh, he actually showed up this time. Somebody to discuss the action of your apprentices. Savage said Bloodspun Web orchestrated an attack on his lordship by means of pouring unholy blood into his bath. Lead your front. Dominic Ignatius knows the truth. So it was done, for so I did will. For so I did will. What? There's no affront but a prophecy. From my hands to divine, unsullied martyrs. From my hands to divine, unsullied martyrs offered their souls and bodies into his imperishable embrace. I gazed into the red rivers of their smoldering lives, and I did see a roiling unclean staining the bays, reaching for the anointed lord of the ark. In my apprentice's last sighs, I heard the undying one whisper. He bid me bathe the dolmen in the blood of he who must go, and they who have been righteous. For this will shield the dolmen and strengthen his body against the roiling unclean. I obey. Cabela, did you know about this? The man you killed too, I see. So you claim you did because the god emperor told you so? Could your vision have been false? What do you mean by the roiling unclean? Master at Arms, are you convinced that we have found the culprits? The Emperor's sentence is important. The protector of mankind guides the hand of his holy servants to guard us against and warn us against hidden threats. Could have been a coincidence that the victim of the ritual of the genetic aberration. The cult of the Bloodspun Web will face no persecution for their deed. Let the Bloodspun Web find the mutants breeding on my ship. Sourbeck? Let them do it. Vice. Is it unclean thoughts we need to find? Very well. Let Vice find them. He knows how, no matter how badly he wishes the rest of us forgot about it. Veni Zachary, the fearsome hunter, when he hunts the flagship whales, when he thinks my teeth creak, and I can feel pain as if I am young again, but his power is great indeed. He can hunt down our prey. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems that not everyone is eager to deal with Master Vice. Jesus. Given us multiple warnings that it could happen, Lady Theodora ignored him, and we reaped the results. I didn't see the ritual. Vice kicked me out, but the echoes of it that reached the decks were enough to scare me shitless. Vice is a mighty old grox, but his head is a mess. And I mean the bad kind of mess, the astropathic kind. I say we think twice before we risk having whatever lives inside his head crawl out. How can it be of use? Has Vice done something like that before? Why do you have a psych in my retinue? Telepathic ritual of that scale really should be too big of a bite for me on my own. If it's listening to the whispers from behind the door or frying someone with lightning, that I can do. But looking for mutants by following the trail of the unclean little thoughts? Special kind of learning. Okay. I did not press the wrong button. It just shunted me off into another, half hour of conversations? Okay. Okay. And that blood thing was part of the DLC then. Leveled! No, I'm not talking to Choir Master Vice. I'm doing other stuff right now. That being said, thank you all for coming along with me. This was significantly longer than average, so I appreciate the patience and the interest. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe down below, and more important than anything else, more important than blood rituals or warps or rifts in a warp, make sure to be well.